Okay. All right, folks, if there's anybody on here now, hello, hope you're having a good night. We are here at the residence. We've got some festivities going on here, so you might hear some background noises. And get everything set up. Share this to some other pages. All right. Yes, getting to be that time. We got 2 minutes before we begin. All right, get all this stuff out of the way. Don't know where you guys are all viewing from, but it's been a pretty good day here so far. Northwestern Pennsylvania. Nice weather. Pretty perfect, actually. All right, I'm going to try something here. If I can share this onto my page. Can I? Here. I think I did it. All right. Here. All right, we got 1 minute. Let me check YouTube. We're not doing too bad. All right, I was able to hop on here and get everything saved. All right, we're on public. Sometimes that catches me off guard, and I don't catch it in time until somebody tells me. All right, my first chat of the night. Good evening. Okay. So we are about ready. We are ready. Okay, I think we're all good to go. Let's get this show started. Hey everybody, this is Bryan Hogue. Welcome to another night, another week of the Chiller Night Live pre-show. Let's see, am I on? Am I streaming? Is this thing on? Hello, hello? All right. David says, champagne popped and poured. Cheers. All right, David. Cassandra says, hi, everybody. Samantha says, hello. Hello. Deborah McCall Hardy says, hi. Thank you, Deborah, for joining us. Tanya's joining us as well. John says, and now, somewhere under the rainbow, Chiller Night pre-show is now on. This announcement brought to you by Crozak, the Grand, a Mysterious Appearance production. Thank you, Crozak, and John, and Samantha says, hope you had a great birthday yesterday, Bryan. I did, thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, I did. And today, now you're going to hear some, let me jump back on here. Today is my stepson's 21st birthday, so we've got a full house today. So if you hear some folks out there visiting, fear not. We're celebrating Brenton's 21st tonight, so all right, looks like everything's as it should be. So all right. Well, thank you everybody for joining me. Let me jump back to the chat room here. Brian Ivers says hello Brian, thanks for joining us. So all right, and if you're new here, whether you're watching this on Facebook or YouTube, it is multi-stream, so you're watching it at the same time. You can. Samantha says, happy birthday to Brenton. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'll let him know that. And we, from 8 p.m. Eastern Time until 9 p.m., a couple minutes shy of 9 p.m., I sit here and I chat about the upcoming, tonight's upcoming Chiller Night television programming on Stream TV. Stream TV, you see it there, and you can find it there. So, and that will be at 9 o'clock, and I'll be showing you the schedule for tonight, and we chat about, in between, we just chat about anything horror, sci-fi, or paranormal related, or pretty much whatever the heck you want to talk about. With me or with each other. So A. Emmanuel says, hello everybody, happy celebratory wishes. Well, thank you. Yes, another trip around the sun successfully made. So we did all right. We did all right this year. So tonight, let me throw up this schedule. Are you ready? Are you ready for the schedule tonight? And here we go. Tonight, 9 p.m., folks. You chiller maniacs, you. At 9 p.m., Jack Shadow features Plan 9 from Outer Space. Yes. Yes, I do. And then 11 p.m., Chiller Chat. My guest is Kerry Haggard. He's going to be talking about his book, Traveler. And 11:30 p.m., Chiller Night Theater. The movie is House on Haunted Hill, starring, of course, Vincent Price. 1:30 a.m., Chiller Chat. My guest is Leah Dawn Madden. And 2 a.m., Chiller Night Theater. The movie is A Bucket of Blood. So there you have it. Emmanuel says, hello, Miss Glam Fangs. Hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well. Thanks for joining us once again, Glam. I really, really wish I could see you. But I'm glad you're able to see me and interact at least with the other YouTube viewers. So that is good. So, what do we have? Okay, looks like everybody's, folks we have here. All right, looks like we're good. We're doing good, folks. Yes, it's a week of birthdays. I tell you what, August has a ton of birthdays. I mean, there's mine. I have an older brother who has one. I have a cousin she has her birthday today. Brenton, of course, he has his birthday today. My sister-in-law, my brother-in-law, my aunt, just all kinds of birthdays. Like a lot of cuddling going on in probably around December or so. To bring all these fine birthdays in August. Samantha says I'm an August birthday too. Wow. Wow. I think I did see it on Facebook, like the upcoming birthdays. So I hope it's upcoming. I hope I didn't miss it. But wow. Isn't that something? Lots of birthdays in August. So, anybody else? I know Diana just had one last week. Lots and lots of birthdays. All right. So anyways, Dale took over the Thursday night Chiller Night watch parties. So now he's running a little late. He said to go ahead and announce the movie. I'll wait a little bit, to do the drum roll and see if he gets here and joins us, and then we'll make that announcement. I'll wait until about 15:20 after maybe to do that. But I appreciate him doing that. Samantha, if you're still on here, I appreciate you taking over the duties of host for Chiller Night Theater coming up. And Jason says, been a while since I've been able to watch this. Hope everyone is doing good. Happy birthday, Brian. Mine was July 24th, turned 45, LOL. Oh, well, happy belated to you, Jason. 24th, and he turned 45. All right. Well, I hope those years are treating you well. I guess I can't complain. And John says, question: what sci-fi TV series by Irwin Allen is a favorite to you and your fans? Mine are Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea and The Land of the Giants. Anybody have any favorite sci-fi TV series by Irwin Allen? I can't say that. Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea. I may have watched reruns of that when I was a kid. Honestly, like I'm aware of the titles, but I can't say that I watched the Land of the Giants. I think I've seen one or two of those episodes when I was a kid, but I was never a regular viewer of those, to be honest with you. But if anyone else was, jump in there and interact and let us know what your favorite uh, sci-fi TV series was. Or I'll extend it even more. If you have any that just any sci-fi, okay, we can answer that one. But that kind of prompted another question. Does anybody have any favorite sci-fi or even horror series? Anything I can't say that these are even favorites, but there's some that when I'm asking the question, pop into my head. Like I don't even remember the name of it. Werewolf, maybe. Remember that one in the '80s? I remember at the time thinking how cool that was, as a kid watching that. But I don't know if that would, I don't know how that would be now to watch it. But it was a neat thing that they were making a series out of it. The werewolf. But I'd have to say my favorite, I guess, sci-fi series was probably when I was a kid. Back in the '70s was next to Kolchak. Well, that was more of a horror thing, but horror thriller. But was Planet of the Apes. Do you guys remember that? They had the live-action Planet of the Apes series. I think I was like in first or second grade when those came out. But I have all those somewhere on DVD. A. Emanuel says, I'm sad that the Penguins lost in SCQ, but thank God for Chiller Night Theater and the Chiller crew. Ah, yes, at least we are here. So, A. Emanuel said, I love Boris Karloff's Thriller. Aha! And Rod Serling's Twilight Zone and Night Gallery. I did love those. I think when I was a kid, they were probably better written stories and more of that little iconic twist with the Twilight Zone. But as a kid, I probably liked the Night Gallery better because there was something a little more scary about that opening theme music to me. I just remember that, like watching that late, you know, with my dad watching the Night Gallery and just hearing that music come on. It kind of set the tone for me, into that. Oh, I'm gonna watch something scary, whether it was or not. It was just kind of setting the stage. And then Jason says, "Happy belated birthday, Brian." Oh, thank you, Jason. I appreciate that. Jason says, Kolchak was awesome. Planet of the Apes TV series was great. The cartoon was okay. Yeah, the cartoon was a little weird, wasn't it? I mean, it was one of those. It certainly trailed off from the, the the heart of the live action, the movies and the series, because they were driving around in jeeps. They had airplanes and stuff like that. They had a lot of the modern vehicles and stuff that they obviously didn't have in the movies and stuff like that. If you guys are hearing a lot of noise and stuff outside, again, if you're just jumping on here, fear not. We're having Brenton's birthday party, so we've got a full house. So I told everybody just let loose, have at it, have fun. But so if you hear any background noises, that's what that is. And then Jason says Alfred Hitchcock Presents was very good. Yeah, yeah. Al says hi everyone. Hi Al, thanks for joining us. I was looking at A. Emanuel says, didn't Roddy McDowall do the voice of one of the apes in Planet of the Apes? I remember him being a guest on Carol Burnett. He was a hoot. Yeah, he played Cornelius. He played Caesar. It was basically essentially the same character, but it was and Galen on the TV series. Uh, I believe that was his name on the TV series. Cornelius on the original movies, and then Caesar after he went back in time, and in the third movie they had a child. The child grew up and became the new ape to take over lead the apes in victory against a human. So, but yeah, he was in the movies, and then he was in the series as well. He probably did do. Maybe he did do the voice in one of the in the animated. I don't know. I don't know how much they would have to. I don't know what kind of budget they had to do the Planet of the Apes cartoon. It wasn't very well done. I loved it as a kid because it was Planet of the Apes, but it was pretty low quality, but it was still, hey, it was Planet of the Apes. So John says Werewolf wasn't it. I believe one of the Fox TV earliest TV shows, kind of The Fugitive meets the Supernatural. Well, yeah, it wasn't Fox. Yeah, it was one of those Fox series, early ones, like back when Star Trek: The Next Generation was just starting up, stuff like that. So Alice is replying to John. Yes, John. Werewolf started Fox on Saturday nights and then on Sunday. Oh, see, I couldn't have even told you what night that was on. Okay, so it was on Saturdays, huh? John says, good series, Werewolf, but it was cut short by the guy never got a happy ending. Also, Forever Night was excellent. Yeah, you gotta give him a happy ending every once in a while. It's kind of like like almost like the Hulk. You always see you know Banner walking down the street and they're playing the sad theme music. I don't know. It wasn't very upbeat. Jason says Werewolf was awesome. I believe Chuck Connor. Yes, he was. Chuck Connor was in it. For you Western fans, you'd know Chuck as the Rifleman. So was Kolchak. Love me some Darren McGavin. Now, see, I don't remember that. I don't remember Darren McGavin in Werewolf. Was he in that? I did not know that. I did not know that. I'll have to look that up. That is pretty cool. I got to tell you guys this. I got to tell you this. On Roku, you're able to go and find all these old '80s shows. Like I found Buck Rogers, The Greatest American Hero. There is boy, that door slamming is just disrupting me, distracting me a little bit. It's slamming quite a bit, isn't it? But Greatest American Hero, $6 Million Man, The Bionic Woman. Of course, there's 70 shows, but it's really cool. A lot of the old shows are popping up on various Roku channels. So maybe Werewolf's in there somewhere. I'll have to check that out. And then they do have Kolchak. I know the Night Stalker's on there. I don't know. I couldn't tell you what channel. I think maybe it's Amazon Prime. I don't know. But it is on there. A. Maynard says, my favorite episode of B Thrillers was The Grim Reaper with William Shatner and Elizabeth Allen, A Beautiful Lady. I gotta say, I've honestly never seen that. I'll have to look that up. The Grim Reaper. That was a series? Thriller? Oh, my favorite episode. Oh, yeah, episode. Jason says, no, he was Kolchak. Oh, Darren McGavin. Okay, so you're talking. That was just in the Kolchak. Okay, I read it all as one, so my fault. Okay, Al says hi, Cassandra. Jason says sorry for the confusion. Oh no, that's fine. Sometimes Paul says good evening, Brian. Why did Stan Lee change his name from David to Bruce? Well, I've heard different stories. I don't know. But they kept Bruce in there as the middle name, so David Bruce Banner. But I heard that, and I don't know why this was. I heard that he just, when Stan Lee would make up these names, Peter Parker, Matt Murdock, Bruce Banner, Stephen Strange, Reed Richards, all of these had the same initial from the first to the second name, last name. And Stan said that he did that because he had horrible memory, and it was just so easy for him to remember this. Peter Parker, Matt Murdock, and all that, just keep it. But then he didn't think that the name sounded right for the live action series. and he just didn't want to go with Bruce for some reason. So there are other reasons more specific to that, but that's I guess kind of the ballpark answer. But I read another article about somebody who wanted to come in with the series and make it so that it would have been unrecognizable as far as the comic series. He wanted to make it more serious, less of, I don't even think Hulk was originally going to be green, and and I know in the comic books it was gray and then he was green, but this guy wanted to make a totally unrecognizable because he wanted to reach a different crowd, and I thought, well, I'm glad they didn't go with this guy, because why would you do that? The people are tuning in. I think you want this to be geared toward a younger viewing audience, and they're expecting to see the Hulk. So thank goodness Lou Ferrigno filled the shoes. No, I can't say shoes. Filled the purple pants of the Incredible Hulk, and thrilled all of us young kids all across the United States back in the day. Cassandra says, hi, Al. Cassandra says, hi, Joe. Al says, the producer of the Hulk didn't like the name Bruce. Yeah. Then there were some other strange reasons for that, but yeah, they just didn't like the name. Simple as that, so they just changed it. Joseph says, hello, all. Hello, Cassandra. All right. Yeah, but all of the Incredible Hulk. That's another one that I can find on Roku. I think Paul says he was on steroids. Lou Ferrigno? Hey, I didn't even know what steroids was as a kid. But I tell you what I did know. I knew that the Hulk was big, muscular, and green, and that's what Lou Ferrigno was. So that's all I cared about. And we got it every Friday night. I think it was a Friday night show. Jason says, Stu Storm, Pepper Potts, Doctor Doom, Silver Surfer, to name a few more examples. Yeah, that's what he did. He said that that was just easy for him to remember. So maybe he didn't like writing them down. I don't know. I think that would be a pretty, easy solution. But yeah, it's kind of weird. It's kind of funny to think about that stuff now. Hey, Dale's here. Okay, Dale, I saw you up. Okay, I waited for you, Dale. I waited for you. So whenever you are ready, in fact, if you're ready now, I will. Let me see if you're on here right now. I'll wait for a thumbs up, a hi, or something to let me know that you're here. And then Jason says, best line from Bruce: "Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry." Yeah. That's an understatement. Dale says, hi, Brian. All right, there we go. All right, I will begin the drum roll, and Dale, you let us know what the next Thursday night movie will be on Thursday night on the Chiller Night Facebook group page. Are you ready? All right, I know there's a bit of a delay, but we will get it in but mere moments. All right, let's see. This is high. And the movie for Thursday night, the next one is he probably already answered me and it's taking a while. Okay, well, House. There we go. The next movie is House. Thank you, Dale. Here we go, folks. Starring, speaking of old 80s series, it stars William Catt. Remember him as the greatest American hero? Yeah, remember that show? The blonde-haired guy who was a school teacher running around saving the world. But I've been watching those episodes at night on Roku. And let's see, Emmanuel says, Paul says, do you remember the sci-fi show Quark? No, I can't say that I do. No, that's one I don't think I'm familiar with. Okay, but here we go. House, ding dong, you're dead. Now that's off the poster. That's not me, that's the poster. But show up and Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and watch House with us. They are fun movies. Dale, I will say that it seems like we've gotten a pretty good group of people, viewers, watching this over the last several weeks. And I know my time for building haunted houses is here. It's here. It's in progress right now. So I won't be able on many Thursday nights, or probably all of them at this point, to be here sharing that time with you. But thank you so much for taking that on and for doing that. And thank you for everybody who joins in and watches these movies together. It's a good time. And I've been really enjoying these selections of the old, like, 80s horror movies. But that will be it. Chiller Night Facebook group page. The movie is House at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So if you're not a member of the Chiller Night Facebook group page, request to be a member. We'll let you in. We'll let you in, and you can join and watch the movie with us. All right. Thank you, Dale. All right. Samantha says House is awesome. And Dale says another good flick from '86. Paul says it was on NBC Friday. Oh, the Quark. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen Quark. I don't know. There was a period of time from the '80s, from the late '80s until early '90s, where I didn't watch anything. It was a time when I was in the service, so I didn't watch any TV. Like, none, no cable, nothing. So for all those, not all those years, but for 4 years, I didn't watch. I rented movies. I didn't have cable, so I just rented videos and stuff. But because somebody had asked me one time, and I thought about this, like, where was I? I think it was Terrence, Tim, or Tom. One of the folks from Gross Fest had asked me. They were asking questions on here one night, and they said, "What did you think about did Tom Savini's version of Night of the Living Dead? Do you think that it got the appropriate feedback that it deserved?" And I got to thinking about it, like, oh, I wasn't even in the United States at that time. Like, that's why like I really didn't hear anything about how it was received, by viewers. In fact, I didn't even know it was coming out at that time. I didn't know until later on, years after it came out, that it was even a movie. Because again, I didn't know about this stuff. So I thought it was cool, loved it, but I didn't know about it at the time. David says William Catt also played Sundance in Butch and the Sundance, the early years. Oh, I think I vaguely remember something like that. I don't think I've ever watched it, but I think I might have known that. Al says I remember Quark. All right, what was Quark? What was it? Was it a sci-fi show? Was it an alien, or what was Quark? Do tell. Let us know. Let us know. 8:25. I'm going to throw this schedule up here again for anybody who's jumped on here since I showed it at the beginning. 9 p.m. Stick around in just a little while, folks. Chiller Night Theater. Jack Shadow features Plan 9 from Outer Space. At 11 p.m. Chiller Chat. My guest is Carrie Haggard. At 11:30. Chiller Night Theater. The movie is House on Haunted Hill. 1:30 a.m. Chiller Chat. My guest is Leah Dawn Madden. And 2 a.m. Chiller Night Theater. The movie is A Bucket of Blood. So there, another exciting, terrifying schedule for Chiller Night programming coming up at 9 p.m. on Stream TV. And how can you find these programs if you're new here and you don't know what the heck this guy is talking about? Go to streammedia.tv. Go to that website. You can either watch this stuff streaming right from the site, beginning at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, which is about 35 minutes or so, or on the side of scroll down on the side of the page there, you can connect and get your code and connect to Stream TV's Roku channel, and you can watch it that way if you prefer. So that's how you can watch it. And Paul says it was about a garbage ship truck. slash truck. But uh, but it was about a garbage ship slash truck then. And the bear came on next. All right, I'm not sure but it was about a garbage ship truck, huh? Okay, I can't say that I've ever heard about that one. A. Emanuel says, I'm out of touch on a lot of things, but I can't come up with any good sounding excuses for it. Alice's Quirk was a sci-fi sitcom with Richard Benjamin. Oh, okay. Um, Jason says, a bucket of blood, classic. Yeah, that was one of the Jack Shadow Friday Night Frights. We did a lot. We did that was one of our live shows. Again, for some of you who are new, we really didn't. This is the beginning of August, roughly. Okay, and our last Friday Night Frights was not that long ago, but for me it seems like quite a bit ago. It was in July, or not July, no, June. June. We had our last one in June, so it really wasn't all that long ago. And we did. What movie did we do? Oh, we did The Snake People. So good movie. We did that one last, and that was in June. And then I took July off because I had a lot of things I was trying to prepare for, and of course we thought that Grossfest was coming up, and they had to cancel that at the last minute, unfortunately. But and now I'm just in haunted house season. I got to be working on the haunted house, so we won't be having any more Friday Night Frights, probably for the rest of the year, I'm guessing, um, because they haunt and then there's the tear down process. And last year, I didn't get completely tore down till December 20th, so it takes some time. I mean, I'm a little preoccupied with that stuff, so we'll probably start them up again in 2021. So fingers crossed that that's a little better. It goes a little smoother for us in 2020's been so far. But that was really, I wanted to keep this show going on through through the height of the whole pandemic thing, scenario. And I wanted to keep the Friday Night Frights going for a sense of normalcy. And it's not so bad now. Everyone's walking outside or doing this and that. You don't feel as, I guess, boxed in or quarantined. But at least us who are in the states that are very cold in the winter, there's not a whole lot to do outside, is there? Um, so I wanted to kind of keep things going, and like I said, just a sense of normalcy. Movie theaters are shut down. Every place, you don't have places to go. So it was kind of fun in that way. And then in March we had a Friday Night Frights every week. It was a live uh, Chiller Night Theater episode hosted by Jack Shadow. It was live, interacting with the viewers. I thought that was a lot of fun. I really, really enjoyed that. I wish and I hope I can get to the point to where I can do that, regularly, and either from where I was doing it here or at the TV studio. I would love for that to be a live show, maybe someday. Fingers crossed. I really would like to see that happen. But in the meantime, whether that happens or not, I do appreciate Samantha taking over the role of host for Chiller Night Theater, and we'll be doing something uh, showing that transition from Jack Shadow to L, and that'll be a lot of fun. So Clayton, hey, Clayton's with us. He said he may have meant BJ and the Bear came on next. BJ and the Bear, yeah, that was it, and it wasn't even a bear, was it? It was a monkey, wasn't it? A monkey, and who the heck was the actor? Yeah, there was an actor and a monkey, and they were driving. He was a truck driver. So, oh well, but yeah, I remember that show. I used to watch that when I was a kid. Hey, Emmanuel says, I hope you keep the show going on for many more years. I look forward every week to Chill Night Theater. I'd really be lost on Saturday nights without you. Oh, thank you. I intend to. And like I said, even though if I can't really be actively doing the show, at least, there's those like Samantha who can step in and do them. Ava has hosted on many on the earlier ones years ago when we first started Sleepy Hollow Theater. She actually has hosted a few of them herself, but because of her work schedule, she's not able to take over. And Samantha, has been with the show for a long time, and she's been, you know, she's the natural one to be doing the hosting, and in my opinion. So um, I appreciate that, hey, Emmanuel. I really do. I really hope to keep the show going on as long as I can. So you keep watching it, and we'll keep putting them out. And David says Salvage One was a Salvage One. I remember that. It's starring Andy Griffin. Yeah, yeah, I remember that. Andy Griffith. Yeah, they built the they built the rocket on their own. Andy Griffith, who built and launched his own spaceship to clean up the garbage dumped in space orbiting the Earth. It didn't last long. It didn't last long. But I remember watching the first night that was on. I think I caught a couple of other episodes, but I think at that time in 1979, I was really wanting to see lasers, and you know, so spoiled by Star Wars at that point. you know, as you see this guy, send a rocket ship out, and all right, cool, neat idea. Now at the age I'm at now, I'd be like probably pretty thrilled to watch something like that. But as a kid, I wanted to see more Buck Rogers or Star Wars or something. Um, Emmanuel says Greg Evigan. Who's that? Um, I'm not sure what that's in reference to. Greg Evigan? I don't know if I'm saying that right. The Angry Pennsylvanian says, "Wow, finally I've returned to Chiller Night Theater." Well, we are glad to have you finally back, Angry Pennsylvanian. Welcome back to the frightening fold of the Chiller Maniacs. We welcome you with open arms, cold zombie arms. A. Emanuel says, "Hey, Angry, how's it going?" The Angry Pennsylvania, "Good. Started a temporary construction job. I forgot what physical labor means. I am whooped." And well, I can kind of relate in a much smaller way this week. I just carrying and transporting all those wall panels, I was pretty sore. I woke up, several mornings this week hurting. It hurt. So, yeah. Well, be safe out there, and just don't hurt yourself. Hey, Emmanuel, say he played BJ. Oh, he was the actor who played BJ in the Bear. Okay, Greg Evigan. All right, cool. And then I that was one that I actually did watch. I don't think I watched it every week, but I watched it enough I knew what you were talking about. Doc Dread says, "Late again, but checking in. Hey, Brian. Hey, Doc. Thanks for joining us." The Angry Pennsylvania. "I'll take the cold zombie arms, Brian. Yes. Let them embrace you. Feel the coldness of of death." All right. Because that's what we do here, by golly. Chiller. We're not all warm and cuddly by no means. Jack Shadow would be deeply disappointed in us, with me. Paul says, "Clayton, thanks for clearing it up." What about the BJ and the Bear? All right. Well, it's strange for me because, like, a lot of times it makes sense when you're writing it. I have no doubt about that. But by the time it gets to me, we might have already it might have been 2 topics ago. So there's me trying to figure out, what. So you'll have to bear with me, good folks. And yeah, I think you do actually, for the most part, which I greatly appreciate every week. All right, so there we have it. Now let me move that screen a little bit. All right, so look. Another, this week, I was talking about the wall panels, moving the wall panels. Well, I've had some help this week. I had Dave Martin and his wife Carolyn. They were there helping me out. DJ Dave from Harrisville, and I haven't seen him on here. Silent Bob Books. So if you're on here, let your presence be known. If not, I'll play a little video. It's a little under 2 minutes of us at the. I'm going to tell you something. When I say it's a pavilion, a lot of people are like, "What? That doesn't sound like much." And I understand that because like when I first was presented with the idea of doing a haunted house in a pavilion, I really wondered how I would pull that off and make it worth the guests while to go through there to. But what I decided to do was take a tent and join it to the side of the pavilion to make the halls and rooms and stuff, continue on longer. So, but here is a short clip of Bob and I finishing up the day. Was it yesterday? I think it was the day before. So here we go. Okay, all right, here we are. It is still Thursday, August 6th, and it is 8:02 p.m. And there's Bob. Bob helped.
Be quiet in there.
Yeah. Oh, I probably shouldn't show that part. All right. But if you're watching this on the pre-show, you know that's Silent Bob. But but we got a lot. Look at this. Look at all the panels we got from the bandstand building. We got all of those put together. So now it's going to be like just figuring out how, where they all go. We've tried to separate them as best as we could, with Keller and, remembering from last year which walls went where. So that'll be a nice little puzzle for me to play with over the next maybe few days or so, or the next week or so. But the good thing is, they're already painted and put together. I'm not starting from scratch like I did last year. So, all right, what do you think of all this, Bob?
Looking good.
All right, folks. Well, that's it for today, and we'll catch you later. Okay, there you have it. There we were working hard and getting those wall panels over. Everybody, our other helpers had left for the day, and we were just kind of finishing everything up. So so that gives you a little sample of what I was doing. Let's see. Doc says, any major changes in the haunted house this year? A few. I don't want to say what they are yet because I don't know if I can get them to work. So if I get a little bit more into it and I feel a little bit more confident that I can pull off some of the things that I'm trying to do, I'll be happy to share them. But I don't want to tip my cards just yet. A. Emmanuel says, I'm too close to croaking as it is to embrace death. Oh. Yeah, I guess we don't want to, realistically encourage that. Jason says, Harrisville Haunted House will rock this year. I certainly hope so. I really hope so. Clayton says, don't forget Silent Tom and Silent Glam. No, never. So, I hope you guys are doing well. Hey, where's Raymond? Is Raymond on here tonight? That's a name I'm missing. But yeah, Silent Tom and Silent Glam. Actually, Bob's not silent anymore. I can see him most of the time on here. Amanda says, hi. Hi, Amanda. Thanks for joining us. The Angry Pennsylvania says, one of my favorite lyrics in any song ever. In the rays of the sun, I am longing for the darkness. Closure. Opeth. Huh. It's very deep. Cool words. Hey, Emmanuel says, of course, the way I procrastinate, I'll probably put off dying till 2 years after I've expired. Aha! Hey, what song is that from, by the way, the Angry Pennsylvanian? In the rays of the sun, I am longing for the darkness. That sounds like a vampire. Doc Fred says the October Monster Bash has been canceled for COVID. Any precautions you are taking that will impact the visitors, victims? Yes. Well, I mean, uh, in accordance with the rides and amusements section of the Department of Transportation, or not transportation, of agriculture, uh, we're pretty much smaller groups going through the mass social distancing. Uh, not a whole lot different than what you'd see at a store, pretty much. I mean, there's no close in scares or anything like that. So I mean, there are different ways of doing the rooms this year that we didn't have to worry about obviously last year, but it's still a go. I mean, as long as we adhere to everything. Jason says, so there's a cemetery behind the pavilion. Awesome. Yeah, did you see that? Yeah, that was pretty cool. I got some really neat pictures last year. Stepping out and seeing like a full moon up rising above the trees, in the cemetery. It was really neat. It was a really cool setting for the haunt. And then, because there's another look at it. I mean, you know, almost like forget the pavilion, look down here. This is what it's kind of neat when you're stepping out and you look across the field. The cemetery is on one side and then there's a field, and a lot of those nights in October, the fog just rolls in on that field, and it's just super cool. It's a really nice setting and atmosphere for a haunt. I yeah, I mean, I miss having a building, between 5 to 7,000 square feet, but you know what? I'm so appreciative of the borough to let me do what I'm doing, and having the trust in me to go in and alter the pavilion and join the tent up beside it and everything. So we've got about 1,300 square feet, a little under. It's actually a little under 1,300 square feet to play with. So I've got 10 rooms inside, and I'm kind of happy about that. So I do a pretty good job. I have to kind of fluff my own feathers when it comes to that. I think when I'm able to actually pull off in that little. Some people are really surprised with how long it takes to get through. It takes roughly just a little under 10 minutes to get through it. And for a pavilion haunt of that size, like, I wouldn't recommend you coming from Pittsburgh or any further, to come to this. But locally, for a local attraction, until I'm able to get my own building, I think it's got a lot of bang for the buck. Uh, Paul says, "Can you show Count Dracula?" I cannot. I wish I could. It's not public domain. If there's a version of it that is public domain, I'd be happy to play it. But depends too. YouTube, just this week, there was another one that they I got notice of, and that was the Trollenberg, or the Crawling Eye, the Trollenberg Terror. I get these all the time. No, another one was a bucket of blood. I think that was another one I got the other day. You can't I would spend all my time disputing this, and I used to up until 2016. I mean, but I was on there all the time, constantly. It's like that's all I was doing. Like, I had so much I was trying to do on a daily basis, and I thought, if they take my page, I'm not monetized, so I don't, if they take my page away, they take it away. I I put the stuff up. YouTube bombards me with these frivolous little, notices that make no sense whatsoever. I literally got somebody claiming that they own 13 seconds of a movie. 13 seconds of a movie, that was a very, well-known, well-established public domain movie. And it was an insurance company in Britain. And they're like, it's like, no, that was actually one of the disputes I won. But it got tiresome, you know. And I just barely keep up with things as it is between real life, you know, job, family, you know, this stuff here. Um, that's it. Just that's one of the things I choose anymore not to do. Don't care. If they take me down, they take me down. I hope that doesn't happen, but I'm not going to be griefed about it either. Um, it's just too much. It's too much. I get bombarded. It's like I don't need this. I don't make a penny from doing this. You know, I'm not gonna. I enjoy what I do, but I'm not gonna. You know, I put too much. I put all the time into this as I can, as it is. Um, that would be all I do if I just disputed YouTube. Um, John says, "Will you be able to give us a free tour of the haunted house when you're finished?" Yeah, I almost did that last year, but then I got to thinking, you know, be quite honest, like, uh, I, I, I had a lot of curious people last year looking at it, and I'm talking locally, and I don't know who's all watching this. I kind of, you know what? I kind of didn't want them to take my ideas, and so, or even how I had it set up inside, uh, because I've seen other people attempt to do what I've done with just really flimsy little tarp walls or plastic walls and stuff like that. It's like, no, I don't do that. I have, you know, I actually have a degree in industrial design. You know, I sit and methodically put a lot of work in placement. You know, and what's the flow of the room, the placement. Why is this scare happening here, and all this stuff. So I kind of didn't want to, you know. Uh, do you know, too much, and that's why I kind of even limited some of the pictures that I was showing. But I don't know. I can't say never because you know, I here's my thing. I kind of kept most of the same floor plan for the most part. I'm making one big major change to that, but for the most part, a lot of the room and the floor plan will be uh, the same, if not similar, because I didn't know. Honestly, I didn't know until just like 2 months ago whether I was even going to do this or not because of the, you know, the COVID and 19, and I just, so in order for me to get that up in time, I just kept the same, essentially the same floor plan, but I'll be changing things within the room. So now I'm just kind of rambling, aren't I? So, where are we at? A. Manuel says, my luck, I'd run into a wall. Ah, that's not good. Don't do that. Angry Pennsylvania says, the song, okay, getting back to the song. The song is titled Closure by the band Opeth, formerly a death metal band, but mostly progressive metal now. Oh, yeah? Opeth. I can't say I've ever heard of them. I must have had a sheltered life. Some of these shows I've never heard of, and this band I've never heard of. Um, Angry Pennsylvania. The song is mostly acoustic, no death vocals or anything, just pleasantly dark. Ah, okay. Paul says, I need a beer and a hug. You make it bearable with this stuff going on in the world. Thank you, Paul. I really do. I do appreciate that. Actually, that that is a probably a bigger compliment than what you realize. You know, for me to hear that stuff, because you know, especially when I was doing the Friday Night Frights, um, that was a lot, and I thrived on that. I was up to the challenge, you know, and that's exactly what I wanted, you know, viewers to feel is like, you know, give me something to look forward to on Friday night. I'm cooped up in the house, you know, I get to watch, you know, Jack Shadow hosting this movie, and so you know, I do appreciate that. So thank you. Um, Doc says, did you do a video walkthrough last year? I did. I did. I have it. I have it, and I was going to show it, but you know, there's part of me, it's just like, I don't know, because there's going to be, by the time I got everything done, like I wasn't able to touch anything realistically until like January. Honestly, like I said earlier in the evening, it's 8:51 already. Wow. Uh, I had worked on this thing up until just days before Christmas, tearing it down. I remember my last day packing it all up, locking that door, and putting it away for the year. It was December 20th. I remember it was 13 degrees that morning, and I went from a wide range of weather conditions from, you know, the heat of summer till the bitter winter cold. And you know, by the time I got around to where I could put the video together, I was already thinking about, am I going to do it again this year? Then I got to thinking, how much of it's going to be the same? How much of it, you know, I could probably, I don't think it would really affect anything to show you here because you're not looking at the floor plan, and so I don't. I guess I could show you. I don't know why I was going to do it before, so but to answer your question, I do have it. I'm probably more protective on my stuff than I need to be. Um, Paul says, "Have you ever tried Four Loco beer?" No, I never have. I never have, Paul. Is it any good? The Angry Pennsylvanian says, "I personally have never heard of it, Paul. What kind is it?" Okay, so I'm not the only one then. He says, the Angry Pennsylvanian Stout IPA, or is that the name of the brewery? All right. Well, I didn't see Paul's response, so I don't know if Paul got a chance to respond to that yet. But Angry Pennsylvania says, "Hey, Glam." Jason says, "Don't take the page away, big brother." Well, you know, if there's ever a night that you're on here and, you know, maybe the setting is accidentally to private, which has happened before, just actually not all that long ago. Tom had to tell me. Um, um, but if that site, if they take away the channel, which, you know, it's been mentioned, you know, that could happen. I'll be here on Facebook, so I'll still keep doing this on Facebook. I think it's free if I do it on Facebook. You know, to actually multi-stream, I actually pay to do this. Um, uh, I mean, I don't mind doing that, but I think the one's for free. But if you do them both, or maybe it's YouTube that actually charges me the monthly fee to be doing the multi-streaming. So, you know, I'd hate to lose that. I'd hate to lose that channel, but you know, there's only so much I can do, and honestly, because like these are public domain movies, they are, you know, it's just getting ridiculous. So, but I'm gonna still making, I'm going to still be making Chiller Night Theater. Um, if YouTube shuts me down, it will only be shut down on YouTube, which is a big deal. But I mean, there's sprouting up more options. And then Emmanuel says, "Hello, Bled, from all of us here in the Chiller Night Theater Chiller crew." Hello, Bled. Oh, Blacks. Oh, okay. Oi. Well, hey, oi, Blacks. Thanks for joining us. And then Danger Pennsylvania says, "Sorry for the delay, Glam. Do you also have an affinity for snakes?" Lex says, "251 here." Okay, where at, Lex? Germany, mates. Oh, hey. All right. Well, thanks for joining us tonight. And then the Angry Pennsylvanian, "I haven't had true German beer in a long time." Neither have I. It's been a long time since I've been to Germany. Beautiful country. Let's see. Paul says, "Very good. It is made by Milwaukee Infusion Drink, 14%. Wow, I've never heard of that. Okay, well, hey, folks, it's 8:56. Hold on, I'm going to throw that schedule up again. So in just a few minutes, go to streammedia.tv. If you want to watch Chiller Night Theater and Chiller Chat, the Chiller Night programming for tonight on Stream TV, go to streammedia.tv and watch this streaming from the site, or you can scroll down the side, see the Roku little logo there. You know, click on that, get your code, and watch it on their Roku channel. What are you going to watch? Let me show you what you'll watch. At 9 p.m., just a few minutes Eastern Time, Chiller Night Theater, Jack Shadow features Plan 9 from Outer Space. 11 p.m. Chiller Chat. My guest is Kerry Haggard. He discusses his book Traveler about the UFO crash in Aurora, Texas, late 1800s. 11:30 p.m. Chiller Night Theater. The movie is House on Haunted Hill. That, of course, stars Vincent Price. 1:30 a.m. Chiller Chat. My guest is Leah Dawn Madden. She talks about real life vampires. 2 a.m. Chiller Night Theater. The movie is A Bucket of Blood. So there you have it. That is the schedule for tonight. I hope all of you can switch on over to Stream TV and watch that. So let's see. This is 32 inch. So Flex, we have another minute or so. I'm glad you joined us tonight. Where did you find Chiller Night Theater? Did you just happen to see us on YouTube or what? I'm curious to know how we were able to get you as a viewer there in Germany. So and thanks again for joining us. That's really cool. A. Emmanuel says everybody stay safe and keep your sticks on the ice. See you all next week. Yes. And then John says, you have been watching Chiller Night pre-show. It's good fun for all until next Saturday. Special announcement coming soon. Could it be what we've been waiting for? What? Okay. Al says, have a good night, everyone. And Jason says, another excellent show. Thank you, Jason. Thank you, Al. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Paul and Blex and all of you tonight. So, all right. Thanks, everybody. Have a good night. Have a good chiller night. We'll see you next week.